Have you ever noticed how your urges seem to get stronger as the night goes on? Whether it's the craving for a late-night snack, the temptation to scroll endlessly on your phone, or the overwhelming desire to indulge in something you know you shouldn't. These urges often hit hardest when the day is winding down. And let's face it, by the time the evening rolls around, your willpower feels drained. You've fought battles all day, made decisions, and managed your energy, but once night falls, it can feel like you're on autopilot, unable to fight off those cravings or habits. It's like your brain just switches gears and suddenly resisting feels impossible. But here's the thing. It's not just you. It's biological. As the day wears on, our bodies naturally experience hormonal fluctuations that make it harder to resist temptation. Our energy levels dip, and decision-making becomes more difficult. That's why so many people find themselves giving in at night. It's not about lacking willpower. It's about the way your body and mind are wired to react after a long day. So what if I told you that there's a way to control those nighttime urges without having to rely on willpower alone? What if you could take control of your habits and reshape how you handle those cravings at night? In this video, I'm going to share simple, research-backed strategies that don't require any extra mental energy or self-discipline. These are practical, effective techniques that work with your body's natural rhythms, not against them. By the end, you'll have tools to stay in control, whether you're trying to break a bad habit or just want to make sure those nightly cravings don't derail your goals. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to take charge of your nights and prevent those urges from taking over. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about circadian rhythms. These rhythms are essentially your body's natural internal clock, which dictates everything from sleep patterns to hormone production, all according to a 24-hour cycle. The reason you're more likely to give in to those late-night urges is because, as the evening progresses, your body's energy levels start to dip. This is a natural process. Your energy is slowly drained throughout the day, and by the time nighttime hits, you're dealing with lower levels of mental clarity and willpower. This is when you're most vulnerable to habits and cravings. But the story doesn't stop there. Along with this drop in energy, your body also experiences changes in hormones that affect both your brain and your appetite. Cortisol, a hormone that plays a big role in stress and alertness, is typically at its highest during the morning and peaks around noon. However, by nightfall, cortisol levels drop, and melatonin, the sleep hormone, rises to prepare your body for rest. As melatonin takes over, you feel more relaxed and less alert. This in turn leads to a decrease in decision-making ability. It's harder to focus, harder to stick to your intentions, and harder to resist urges that feel almost automatic. Here's where things get really interesting. Research shows that stress also plays a significant role in nighttime cravings. When you're stressed, your body releases more cortisol, which in turn triggers your appetite. As your stress levels peak at the end of the day, your body wants to comfort itself. This is when cravings for sugar, fat, or salt often seem impossible to resist. This craving isn't just psychological, it's biological. Your brain is essentially seeking comfort from the emotional toll the day has taken, and it uses food as a quick, satisfying remedy to deal with those emotions. If you've ever found yourself reaching for a late-night snack when you're stressed or anxious, you're experiencing this effect firsthand. Even beyond hormonal shifts, there's something else going on. When we're awake and going about our day, we make hundreds of decisions, from what to eat to how much work we do. Each decision uses a tiny bit of willpower, and by the time evening comes around, this willpower reservoir is running low. Decision fatigue is a real phenomenon, and it's why you're more likely to make impulsive choices late in the day. This is why, for many people, resisting late-night temptations feels impossible. Your body's energy has been depleted, your willpower is low, and your mind is more susceptible to acting on impulse rather than logic. But that doesn't mean all hope is lost. Understanding the science behind these urges gives you a huge advantage because it shows that it's not a character flaw or lack of self-discipline that leads to late-night indulgence. Instead, it's your body's natural rhythms and hormonal changes that are playing a part. Once you realize this, it becomes easier to address the problem from a place of strategy rather than shame. You can't change your body's internal clock overnight, but you can work with it to minimize the impact of those late-night cravings. Now that we know why nighttime urges feel so much stronger, what can you do about it? The key here is not relying solely on willpower, which is often drained by the end of the day. Instead, you need to work in alignment with your body's natural cycles. There are strategies that can help you take control of these urges without feeling like you're constantly battling against your own biology. The good news is that the right strategies can help you stay in control even during those vulnerable late-night hours. One of the simplest ways to prevent nighttime cravings is by managing your food intake earlier in the day. Most of us experience a natural lull in our energy during the afternoon, and that's often when the temptation to snack becomes the strongest. If you're eating balanced, nutrient-dense meals throughout the day, your body will be less likely to crave quick energy sources like sugar or processed carbs come nightfall. Eating regular meals that include proteins, healthy fats, and fiber can help stabilize your blood sugar levels and keep you full for longer, reducing the likelihood of cravings. Another powerful strategy is to stay physically active during the day. Regular exercise has a profound impact on regulating hunger and reducing cravings. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins, which not only improve your mood but also help reduce stress. By the time night rolls around, if you've had a good workout, your body is more likely to feel satisfied and calm, making it easier to resist those urges. If you feel a craving coming on late in the evening, a light walk or stretching routine can also help release the tension in your body and redirect your focus. Additionally, a big factor in resisting nighttime urges is learning how to manage stress throughout the day. Remember, stress and cortisol are linked to cravings. Managing stress during the day means you'll have less of a cortisol spike in the evening, making you less prone to late-night indulgences. Incorporating relaxation techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or even yoga can help reduce your stress levels and improve your resilience to cravings. By keeping stress at bay, you're not only improving your mental health, but also creating a buffer against the urge to reach for comfort food at night. One more tip to manage nighttime urges effectively is creating a pre-bedtime routine that signals to your body it's time to wind down. By incorporating activities like reading, journaling, or light stretching into your evening, you can prevent your mind from racing and reduce the likelihood of stress-driven cravings. When your body and mind are relaxed, your brain is less likely to crave food for comfort and more likely to focus on rest. By now, you should have a better understanding of why nighttime cravings are such a common struggle, and why willpower alone isn't always enough to stop them. The combination of hormonal shifts, decision fatigue, and stress can make it feel almost impossible to resist temptation. However, knowing that this is all part of the natural process gives you the power to take control. With the right strategies in place, you can work with your body's rhythms instead of against them. By planning your day, eating mindfully, exercising regularly, managing stress, and creating a calming evening routine, you can reduce those cravings and regain control over your nights. The key is understanding the science, so you can set yourself up for success. Let's face it, when nighttime rolls around, our willpower is usually running on empty. After a long day of making decisions, dealing with stresses, and managing our time, the ability to resist temptation feels like a distant memory. It's easy to tell ourselves, "I'll just have one more snack," or "I deserve this treat because it's been such a long day." But if you've ever found yourself in this cycle of late-night cravings, it's time to rethink your approach. What if I told you that you can take control of your nighttime urges without having to rely on pure willpower? The key lies in how you plan your day. Yes, you heard that right. The power to control your urges at night starts long before the evening. The truth is, most of our nighttime cravings can be traced back to the choices we make earlier in the day. When you're hungry late at night, it's often because your body is signaling that something is missing or imbalanced. But what if those signals could be avoided or minimized by planning ahead? In this section, we're going to dive into the importance of early planning and how small adjustments during the day can set you up for success later on. One of the most important factors in preventing nighttime urges is making sure that you're eating satisfying meals throughout the day. It might sound simple, but a lot of people fall into the trap of skipping meals, undereating, or eating too late. By the time the evening comes, they find themselves ravenous, and their cravings are harder to resist. The trick is to create a balanced eating schedule. Focus on eating regular, nutrient-dense meals that leave you feeling full, not just for the moment, but for hours to come. This means including a variety of proteins, healthy fats and fiber in your meals, things like lean meats, whole grains, vegetables, and nuts. By spacing out your meals and incorporating healthy snacks when needed, you'll help keep your blood sugar levels stable. This is crucial because when blood sugar levels drop, it's often when cravings for sugary or salty snacks strike. If you're consistently eating balanced meals, your body will feel nourished, and the urge to binge at night will significantly decrease. But it's not just about eating enough, it's about eating the right foods that keep you full and satisfied. Try to avoid overly processed foods, as they tend to spike your blood sugar and lead to crashes later on, leaving you more susceptible to nighttime cravings. Another powerful aspect of early planning is thinking ahead about what you'll eat in the evening. We all know that when we're hungry and we haven't prepared anything, we tend to make impulsive decisions. That's when the late-night snacks or unhealthy habits creep in. But if you plan for the evening ahead of time, you're setting yourself up for success. For example, prepare a healthy snack or meal in advance that you can look forward to later in the night. If you know that you tend to get hungry at a specific time, have a plan for a satisfying snack that aligns with your health goals. Opt for something that's rich in protein and healthy fats, like Greek yogurt with berries or a handful of almonds. This way, when that familiar craving hits, you're already armed with a better choice. Creating a set time for your evening meal is another crucial piece of the puzzle. Many people end up snacking late into the night, simply because they ate too late in the day, or didn't have a filling dinner. Try setting a consistent dinner time for yourself, ideally at least 3 to 4 hours before bed. This allows your body to fully digest the food and gives your digestive system time to rest before you sleep. Eating too close to bedtime can cause indigestion, discomfort, and increased cravings. By planning a specific time to eat, you help create a natural rhythm for your body and reduce the temptation to snack late. But planning your meals isn't the only part of the equation. It's also about setting your mind up for success. And the best way to do this is by starting your day with intention. How often do you wake up feeling rushed, stressed, and out of control? The mental toll of a chaotic morning can follow you through the day, leaving you more vulnerable to those nightly cravings. But by starting your day with a positive, intentional mindset, you can reduce the stress that contributes to overeating at night. Whether it's taking a few minutes in the morning for a mindfulness practice, a short workout, or a healthy breakfast, setting the tone for your day can keep you grounded and focused on your goals. One strategy that works wonders in preventing nighttime urges is what some people call eating the frog first. This concept, borrowed from productivity experts, suggests tackling the hardest task of the day first. In terms of food, this might mean taking care of your most challenging cravings early in the day. For example, if you know that you're prone to wanting something sweet later on, consider having a small, healthier version of that craving as part of your breakfast or lunch. The act of satisfying that urge early on may help prevent the overwhelming desire to give in later. It's about giving yourself permission to enjoy something, without waiting until the point of exhaustion when cravings are at their peak. Another strategy to incorporate into your daily planning is managing stress proactively. Stress is a huge driver of nighttime cravings, and many people tend to allow stress to accumulate throughout the day, leading to late-night comfort eating. But if you make stress management a priority during the day, you'll find that your cravings decrease. A simple technique like taking a 10-minute break every couple of hours to practice deep breathing, stretch, or even take a short walk can help keep your stress in check. It's a small act that can have a big impact on how you handle those nightly urges. Creating a routine during the day isn't just about what you eat, it's about managing your time and emotions as well. People who structure their days with a clear plan are often better equipped to handle challenges and cravings when they arise. By setting regular times for meals, snacks, and even stress breaks, you create a sense of structure and stability that prevents impulsive decisions later on. This structure keeps your body in a state of balance, making it easier to resist temptation when night falls. Finally, let's talk about sleep. Sleep plays an underestimated role in controlling nighttime urges. If you're not getting enough sleep, or if your sleep schedule is erratic, it can throw off your hormone balance and make you more susceptible to cravings. When you're tired, your body craves quick energy sources to get you through the day, and that energy often comes in the form of unhealthy snacks or large meals at night. Planning your evening to ensure you're getting the proper rest can be one of the most powerful tools in preventing nighttime overeating. Set a consistent bedtime and try to wind down an hour before sleep to help your body relax and avoid late-night eating. So to sum it up, early planning is your secret weapon. By creating a plan for the day, setting your meals and snacks at appropriate times, and managing stress proactively, you set yourself up for success. This allows you to maintain control over your cravings when night falls, even without relying on willpower alone. The key is consistency and setting up your environment and mindset for success throughout the day. By the time evening rolls around, you'll find that your body and mind are in a much better place to handle whatever comes your way. So start making small intentional changes today and watch how your nights transform. You don't need to wait for the urge to hit. Be prepared and take control from the start. When it comes to controlling nighttime urges, one of the most overlooked factors is the environment around you. The physical and emotional space you occupy can have a profound impact on your behavior, especially during those vulnerable hours when cravings tend to hit the hardest. The truth is, if your environment is set up in a way that encourages indulgence or leaves you feeling stressed, tired, or disorganized, it becomes significantly harder to resist the urges that inevitably come at night. But by taking a proactive approach to designing your surroundings, you can drastically reduce those cravings without having to rely on sheer willpower. The first step in creating an environment that supports your goals is to assess what's currently in your space. Take a moment to look around your home, particularly the areas where you tend to spend the most time in the evening, like the kitchen, living room, or bedroom. Is your environment filled with temptation? Do you have easy access to unhealthy snacks, late-night comforts, or distractions that keep you from focusing on your well-being? If you're already setting yourself up for failure without even realizing it. The simple act of having unhealthy foods or triggers in close proximity makes it much harder to resist them when you're feeling tired, stressed, or low on energy. The more you reduce the presence of these temptations in your environment, the more likely you are to succeed in managing your nighttime urges. One of the most effective strategies is to start by removing temptation from your immediate space. If you know that late-night snacking is your biggest weakness, make sure that your kitchen or pantry isn't stocked with foods that are hard to resist. This doesn't mean depriving yourself completely, but rather making the healthier options more accessible and the less healthy options harder to reach. For example, move the junk food to the back of the pantry, or even better, out of your house entirely. If it's not there, you can't be tempted by it when the urge strikes. This may sound basic, but it's a powerful way to simplify the decision-making process. You've already removed the obstacle, so all that's left is choosing something that aligns with your goals. Beyond food, your environment also influences your emotional and mental state, and that can be a huge factor in controlling nighttime urges. For instance, if your space is chaotic or cluttered, it can increase your stress levels and make you more likely to seek comfort in food or distractions like excessive screen time. A cluttered environment can be overwhelming, and as we've discussed before, stress is one of the main triggers for cravings, especially at night. Creating a calm, peaceful space is essential for reducing emotional stress, which in turn can help you resist the pull of unhealthy habits. Start by decluttering your living area. Remove unnecessary items, organize your space, and keep things simple and clean. You'll be amazed at how this shift in your environment can help you feel more grounded and less likely to reach for that late-night snack out of stress or boredom. Creating a calming atmosphere goes hand in hand with setting a proper routine for winding down at night. The way your evening unfolds has a major impact on your ability to resist cravings and make healthier choices. If your evening routine is filled with distractions, chaos, or unhealthy behaviors, your chances of succumbing to temptation increase. But by implementing a calming, structured routine, you signal to your mind and body that it's time to relax and disconnect from the demands of the day. You don't have to turn your entire home into a spa, but small changes can have a huge impact. For instance, consider dimming the lights an hour or so before bed, eliminating blue light exposure from screens, and perhaps even lighting a candle or using essential oils to help set a calming mood. These little rituals signal to your brain that it's time to unwind, which can help prevent late-night cravings fueled by stress, anxiety, or overstimulation. Another aspect of your environment that plays a significant role in controlling nighttime urges is the physical space where you eat and relax. If you tend to eat in front of the TV or while scrolling through your phone, it's easy to lose track of what and how much you're consuming. Eating mindlessly while distracted, doesn't give your brain the proper signals that you're full, and it often leads to overeating or making impulsive food choices. By creating a designated eating area, like a dining table or even a quiet corner for snacks, you can practice mindful eating. This means paying attention to how your food tastes, how it makes you feel, and when you're starting to feel full. When you're more aware of the act of eating, you're less likely to overeat or reach for that unhealthy snack without realizing it. In addition to the environment around your meals, the environment in your bedroom plays a huge role in controlling nighttime urges, especially when those urges are linked to a lack of sleep. Sleep deprivation is one of the key culprits behind nighttime cravings. When we don't get enough rest, our bodies crave quick sources of energy, often in the form of sugar or comfort food. By improving your bedroom environment and optimizing it for better sleep, you can reduce your cravings and set yourself up for success the next day. This means investing in comfortable bedding, maintaining a cool, dark room, and minimizing noise or distractions. The quality of your sleep directly impacts your appetite regulation, your stress levels, and your energy the next day, all of which influence your ability to control your urges at night. What you do with your mind during the evening hours also plays a significant role in curbing nighttime urges. If you're constantly overwhelmed by negative thoughts, stress, or anxiety, it's much harder to resist the temptation to indulge in unhealthy habits. To create a more positive, supportive environment in your mind, you need to engage in activities that foster relaxation and mental clarity. This might involve reading a book, journaling, meditating, or doing deep breathing exercises. These activities not only help your mind unwind, but they also distract you from any cravings or impulses that arise at night. The more you can redirect your focus away from food or unhealthy habits and onto something positive, the less likely you are to give in to temptation. And here's one more powerful tip. If you're someone who tends to snack at night due to boredom or emotional triggers, consider creating a list of activities that you can engage in instead. Have a few options available, whether it's a favorite hobby, a creative project, or something as simple as a puzzle or coloring book. These activities can act as healthy distractions that shift your focus away from food and towards something that's not only enjoyable but also fulfilling. Your environment doesn't just influence your physical actions, it affects your mindset and emotional state as well. By setting up your space in a way that supports your goals, you remove unnecessary triggers, reduce stress, and create an atmosphere of calm and relaxation that makes it easier to resist nighttime cravings. It's about being intentional with what's around you and making subtle adjustments that make it easier to stay on track. Your environment is a powerful tool in helping you create healthier habits, and by taking control of it, you can make those late-night urges a thing of the past. We've all been there, late at night when cravings seem impossible to resist, and willpower feels like it's been drained completely. The urge is almost overpowering and it's easy to give in, thinking, what harm will one more snack do? But here's the secret. The power to control these nighttime urges doesn't just lie in the physical environment around you or how well you plan your meals, it's in your mind. The way you think about cravings, about food, and about your own ability to resist plays a huge role in whether or not you give in to that late-night temptation. Shifting your mindset can transform your relationship with food and cravings, making them easier to manage and even eliminating them altogether. At the heart of this is one powerful concept: reframing. Reframing is about changing the way you interpret your urges and how you respond to them. Often people see cravings as something they have to fight against, a battle between willpower and desire. But what if instead of seeing cravings as an enemy, you viewed them as a sign, something that tells you more about your body's needs and emotions, rather than something to be feared or indulged in? By reframing how you think about cravings, you can regain control over your actions and make healthier choices without the constant struggle. So how can you start reframing your thoughts? It begins with acknowledging that cravings are a natural part of being human. Everyone experiences them. They don't make you weak, and they don't define you. Cravings are not something that you need to feel guilty about. They're simply signals from your body or mind. Instead of viewing them as temptations to resist at all costs, start viewing them as signals to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, what is my body really craving right now? It's possible that what you truly need is not food but rest, comfort, or relaxation. Instead of instantly reaching for a snack, take a moment to check in with yourself. This simple act of awareness allows you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. One of the biggest shifts in mindset involves understanding the difference between emotional and physical hunger. Emotional hunger is often the culprit behind those nighttime urges. It's driven by stress, boredom, or fatigue, rather than a genuine need for nourishment. Physical hunger, on the other hand, is a signal from your body that it needs fuel. When you're experiencing emotional hunger, it's crucial to recognize it for what it is and address the underlying cause, rather than simply reaching for food to soothe the emotions. This is where mindfulness comes in. By practicing mindfulness, you can become more attuned to the difference between emotional and physical hunger. This practice helps you build awareness and make more conscious decisions about when and why you eat. Mindfulness isn't just about being aware. It's also about learning how to respond with compassion. When the urge strikes at night, it's easy to beat yourself up for wanting something unhealthy or for not having enough willpower. But this negative self-talk only strengthens the craving. The more you tell yourself, "I shouldn't be feeling this way," or "I'm weak for wanting this," the more you fuel the desire. Instead, try to approach yourself with compassion. Acknowledge that cravings are part of the human experience, and remind yourself that it's okay to feel them. By being kind to yourself, you reduce the emotional charge around the craving, making it easier to resist. Another powerful tool for reframing is changing your language. The way you talk about food and cravings influences your ability to resist them. If you constantly tell yourself, "I can't have that," "I shouldn't eat this," or "I'm not allowed," it creates a sense of deprivation. This mentality only makes the craving feel more intense and desirable. Instead, try reframing your language to reflect your goals. For example, instead of saying, "I can't have this snack," say, "I'm choosing not to eat this right now, because I want to feel better tomorrow." This simple shift in wording takes the focus off restriction and places it on choice and empowerment. When you reframe your mindset from can't to choose, you take back control and make the decision feel positive rather than punitive. This is also where the concept of all or nothing thinking comes into play. Many people struggle with nighttime cravings because they feel like once they've given in, they've ruined their entire day or diet. The mindset of "I've messed up, so I might as well keep going" is a dangerous trap. It's important to recognize that one moment of indulgence doesn't erase all your progress. Instead of thinking in extremes, practice the mindset of balance. Think of it as a small detour, not a failure. If you have a snack at night, it's not the end of the world, it's just a choice you made in the moment. Acknowledge it, learn from it, and move forward. Tomorrow is a new day, and you get to make a fresh set of choices. This shift in perspective allows you to move away from guilt and perfectionism and embrace a healthier, more balanced approach to eating. Now let's dive into a powerful reframing technique that can help during the toughest cravings: cognitive reframing. This involves actively challenging negative or unhelpful thoughts that trigger cravings. For instance, if you're feeling stressed and think, "I need to eat to feel better," reframe that thought by asking yourself, "What's a healthier way to handle this stress?" Maybe you could take a short walk, do some breathing exercises, or practice mindfulness. Cognitive reframing works because it helps you recognize the negative thought patterns and gives you an opportunity to replace them with more constructive, positive alternatives. Another method for reframing involves creating a future-focused mindset. Many people focus on the immediate satisfaction of their cravings, but this short-term thinking doesn't always serve you in the long run. Instead of focusing on the desire for a quick fix, try thinking about how you'll feel in the future. Ask yourself, "How will I feel in the morning if I give in tonight?" Or, "How will I feel if I make the healthy choice now?" When you can clearly visualize the positive impact of your actions tomorrow, it can help override the immediate urge you feel in the moment. A great way to reinforce your reframed mindset is through positive affirmations. These are short, powerful statements that help reinforce a positive outlook and keep you focused on your goals. Every time you feel the urge rising, repeat an affirmation like, "I am in control of my choices," or "I am making decisions that align with my health and well-being." These affirmations create a mental environment that supports your success and trains your brain to reject negative or impulsive thinking. Lastly, understanding that cravings are not personal failures but opportunities for growth is key to reframing. Every time you face a craving and successfully resist it, you strengthen your ability to make healthier decisions in the future. Reframing your mindset around cravings from seeing them as battles to recognizing them as opportunities to grow empowers you to take charge of your behaviors. It's not about being perfect, it's about learning how to respond in ways that align with your long-term goals. Over time, this mindset will become second nature, and your ability to control your urges will grow stronger. Reframing your mindset is one of the most powerful tools you have in your arsenal when it comes to managing nighttime urges. It's about shifting your perception from seeing cravings as a fight against yourself to seeing them as natural signals that can be addressed with awareness, compassion, and empowerment. By practicing mindfulness, changing your language, and focusing on the bigger picture, you can reduce the power that cravings hold over you. It's not about fighting willpower, it's about changing how you think, which in turn changes what you do. So next time the urge hits, remember, it's not about resisting, it's about understanding, reframing, and choosing the healthier path. We've all heard the phrase, get your beauty sleep. But what if I told you that sleep doesn't just help you look better, it can directly impact your ability to control those nighttime urges? It's easy to think of sleep as a passive activity, something you do at the end of a long day to recharge. However, what you might not realize is that sleep plays an active and crucial role in regulating your hunger and cravings, especially during the evening hours. Sleep is one of the most underappreciated factors when it comes to controlling urges, yet it can make all the difference between a night of indulgence and one where you stay on track with your goals. Let's break down the science behind this. When you're sleep deprived, your body's natural hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, become imbalanced. Ghrelin is the hormone that triggers hunger, and when you don't get enough sleep, ghrelin levels rise, making you feel hungrier. On the other hand, leptin is the hormone that tells your body when you're full, and lack of sleep decreases leptin levels, meaning you're less likely to feel satisfied after eating. This double whammy, high ghrelin and low leptin, sets the stage for overeating, especially in the evening, when you're most likely to turn to food for comfort. But it's not just hunger hormones at play. Sleep deprivation also affects your brain's ability to make rational decisions. When you're tired, the part of your brain responsible for self-control, the prefrontal cortex, becomes less active, while the areas responsible for emotional impulses become more active. This means that when you're sleep deprived, your brain is more likely to give in to immediate desires, like satisfying a craving, instead of making a more rational decision. In other words, lack of sleep directly impacts your ability to resist those nighttime urges and stick to your healthier choices. This is why getting restful, quality sleep is one of the most effective ways to prevent overindulgence at night. It's not just about sleeping more, it's about sleeping in a way that restores balance to your hormones, refreshes your mind, and helps you feel more in control of your cravings. But how do you ensure you're getting that quality sleep? First, consistency is key. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. This helps regulate your body's internal clock, making it easier for your body to know when it's time to wind down and when it's time to wake up. The more consistent your sleep schedule, the better your body can manage the release of sleep hormones and hunger hormones. This consistency also helps improve the quality of your sleep, making you feel more rested and less likely to reach for food as a way of coping with fatigue. Next, focus on creating an environment conducive to rest. Your bedroom should be a place that encourages relaxation and sleep, not one that makes it harder to unwind. This means limiting screen time at least an hour before bed, as the blue light emitted by phones, tablets, and computers can interfere with the production of melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. Also, try to make your bedroom as dark and quiet as possible. A cool, dark room is ideal for sleeping, as it encourages deeper and more restorative rest. Consider using blackout curtains, white noise machines, or earplugs if necessary. If you find that your mind is racing before bed, try implementing a winding down routine to signal to your body that it's time to relax. This can include light stretching, meditation, reading, or even a warm bath. Anything that helps calm your mind and body. Avoid stimulating activities, such as intense exercise or engaging in stressful conversations, right before bed. The goal is to help your mind transition from the busyness of the day into a state of calm and readiness for sleep. Another factor to consider is the timing of your meals. Eating too late at night, especially large meals or foods that are high in sugar or fat, can disrupt your sleep and leave you feeling restless. Your body needs time to digest food before you sleep. So try to eat your last meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This allows your digestive system to do its job without interfering with your ability to fall asleep. Additionally, try to avoid caffeine and alcohol in the evening, as both can interfere with the quality of your sleep. It's also worth noting that physical activity during the day can improve your sleep quality. Regular exercise helps regulate your body's sleep-wake cycle, and it can also help reduce stress, which is another factor that can lead to nighttime cravings. However, be mindful not to exercise too close to bedtime, as vigorous exercise can actually make it harder to fall asleep. Now, you might be thinking, what if I'm still not sleeping well, despite trying all of these tips? If you continue to struggle with sleep despite your best efforts, it may be time to seek professional help. Conditions like insomnia, sleep apnea, or restless leg syndrome can prevent you from getting the restorative sleep you need. A healthcare provider or sleep specialist can help identify the root cause and recommend appropriate treatments. The bottom line is that sleep plays a crucial role in controlling your nighttime urges. When you're well rested, your body is better equipped to regulate hunger hormones. Your brain is better able to make rational decisions, and you're less likely to give in to cravings. By focusing on improving the quality and consistency of your sleep, you'll be setting yourself up for success in managing nighttime urges without having to rely on willpower alone. Sleep isn't just a luxury, it's a critical component of your overall health and well-being, and it's an essential tool in helping you stay on track with your goals. So tonight, prioritize your rest and let your body and mind thank you tomorrow. When it comes to controlling nighttime urges, many people overlook one powerful tool that can drastically shift the balance in your favor: exercise. Whether it's for your body, your mind, or even your appetite, incorporating movement into your daily routine can make a huge difference in how well you handle cravings at night. It's no secret that regular physical activity can help you stay fit, but it does so much more than that, especially when it comes to curbing those late-night urges that seem impossible to resist. Let's start by talking about how exercise directly influences your hunger and appetite. After a good workout, your body undergoes changes that can help regulate your eating habits. For example, exercise increases the production of hormones like serotonin, which help regulate mood and appetite. It also boosts endorphin levels, those feel-good hormones that can reduce stress and improve your overall sense of well-being. When your mood is elevated and your stress levels are lower, cravings become less intense and easier to manage. So if you've ever noticed that a good workout leaves you feeling calmer and less likely to snack mindlessly, you're absolutely right. It's your body's way of balancing out your hormones and helping you stay in control. Beyond just the immediate effects of exercise, regular physical activity can significantly improve your body's overall ability to handle nighttime urges in the long run. When you engage in exercise regularly, your body becomes more efficient at processing energy. This means that when you eat during the day, your body can better manage hunger signals and use that energy effectively, reducing the chances of a late-night hunger spike. Regular exercise helps stabilize your blood sugar levels and increases your metabolism, both of which are crucial in curbing late-night cravings for sweets, carbs, and comfort foods. But what about those days when you're just exhausted and the urge to reach for something unhealthy feels overwhelming? That's where exercise becomes your superpower. It doesn't have to be a full workout every time. Sometimes just getting your body moving can do wonders for redirecting those cravings. A light walk, a few minutes of stretching, or even some light yoga can help shift your focus away from food. When you're physically active, even for just a few minutes, you give your body a chance to release pent-up stress and anxiety, which can be one of the key triggers for late-night snacking. Not only does exercise help calm your mind, but it also helps break the cycle of emotional eating that can become a habit during stressful times. Now, you might be wondering, does exercise have to be intense or long-lasting to make a difference? The answer is no, it doesn't. While a high-intensity workout or a long run might be ideal for some, the key is consistency, not intensity. Studies show that even moderate physical activity, such as a brisk 30-minute walk or a short bike ride, can have a significant impact on reducing cravings and improving sleep. In fact, if you're someone who tends to struggle with stress or emotional eating at night, something as simple as taking a walk after dinner can make a huge difference. This activity doesn't just work off calories, it also gives you time to unwind, clear your mind, and prevent any unwanted cravings that could arise. Another benefit of exercise is its ability to improve your quality of sleep. We've already discussed how sleep plays a crucial role in managing nighttime urges, and exercise is a great way to improve both the quantity and quality of your sleep. Regular physical activity helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle, allowing your body to rest more effectively. When you sleep better, your hormones balance out more naturally, reducing hunger signals and making it easier to resist cravings the next day. In turn, a well-rested body is far less likely to experience the spikes in hunger and cravings that come with fatigue. Incorporating movement into your routine doesn't have to be an overwhelming task. The key is finding activities that you enjoy and that fit into your daily schedule. You don't need a gym membership or expensive equipment to get started. Simple, accessible activities like walking, dancing, stretching, or even light weightlifting can help you build strength, boost your mood, and decrease those late-night temptations. The more you move, the more in control you'll feel, and the easier it will be to resist the urge to snack out of habit or emotion. It's also important to remember that exercise isn't just a nighttime solution. It's a long-term strategy for maintaining control over your cravings and creating a healthier relationship with food. Regular movement helps reset your body's natural hunger and appetite cues. It helps you build resilience against stress, improves your emotional state, and enhances your sleep quality, all of which are essential for reducing nighttime cravings. To make exercise a part of your routine, try setting small, achievable goals. Start by incorporating a 10 or 15-minute walk after dinner into your evening routine. Gradually increase the time as you get used to it. You might even want to challenge yourself with a fun activity like dancing to your favorite songs or following along with a yoga video. The goal is to find something that feels good and that doesn't feel like a chore. Over time, you'll notice a shift in your ability to manage cravings, as your body learns to use physical activity as a tool to stay balanced. Exercise is not just a tool for weight loss or physical fitness, it's a powerful tool for managing nighttime urges and cravings. By incorporating regular movement into your day, you help regulate hunger hormones, reduce stress, improve your sleep quality, and boost your mood. Whether it's a full workout or a short walk after dinner, exercise can be the key to taking control of your nighttime habits. So the next time you feel the urge to indulge, remember, your body is designed to move, and that movement could be the thing that helps you stay on track, even when the cravings are calling. When it comes to controlling nighttime urges, one of the most powerful strategies you can use is simply changing your focus. Often, the craving for late-night snacks or unhealthy indulgences arises not out of genuine hunger, but out of boredom, habit, or emotional triggers. The urge becomes stronger when we have nothing else to occupy our minds or bodies. By actively redirecting your focus to something else, something fulfilling and positive, you can diffuse those cravings before they even have a chance to take hold. The power of distraction is real, and the more you learn how to engage your mind and body in healthier activities, the less likely you are to fall into the trap of late-night eating. First and foremost, it's important to recognize that food is not always the answer to what you're really craving. Many times when we feel the urge to snack at night, what we're actually seeking is comfort, relaxation, or an emotional release. Our brains have learned to associate food with soothing stress or filling a void. But what if you could redirect that craving to something equally satisfying, but without the negative consequences? The answer lies in engaging your mind and body with activities that fulfill the same emotional need, but in a healthier, more productive way. One of the most effective ways to shift your focus away from food is to immerse yourself in a hobby or creative activity. Whether it's reading, writing, painting, knitting, or playing an instrument, creative activities require your full attention and help you enter a state of flow, a mental state where you become so absorbed in the task at hand that you lose track of time and any cravings you may have. This is particularly helpful at night, when cravings often arise out of a need to fill an emotional or mental gap. By actively engaging your mind in a creative process, you allow yourself to be distracted from the urge to snack and give your mind something more meaningful to focus on. It's also important to consider the benefits of movement-based activities. Sometimes the best way to redirect your focus is to physically get your body moving. This doesn't necessarily mean heading to the gym for an intense workout. Even simple activities like stretching, yoga, or a short walk around the block can help take your mind off food and reset your mental state. These activities don't just burn calories, They also help release endorphins, which boost your mood and reduce stress. When you're physically engaged, you're less likely to give in to emotional cravings or reach for comfort food as a way of coping. Physical activity helps break the cycle of mindless snacking and instead brings you into a more present, mindful state. But what about those evenings when the urge feels particularly strong and your mind can't seem to focus on anything else? This is where mindfulness techniques come in. Mindfulness is all about bringing your attention fully to the present moment, without judgment. When cravings hit, try practicing a mindfulness technique like deep breathing, meditation, or body scanning. Instead of giving in to the urge, take a few deep breaths and focus on how your body feels in that moment. Acknowledge the craving without judgment, and then gently redirect your attention. This act of observing your cravings without judgment can help you disarm them, reducing their power over you. You'll begin to recognize that cravings are fleeting, and the more you practice mindfulness, the easier it becomes to ride out the urge without giving in. Mindfulness is also incredibly useful when it comes to developing a healthier relationship with food. Instead of viewing food as a source of comfort or reward, mindfulness helps you view it as fuel for your body. This shift in perspective can help you make more conscious choices about when and what to eat, especially at night. When you're more mindful of your eating habits, you're less likely to snack out of boredom or emotion. You can learn to listen to your body's true hunger signals rather than eating simply because it's a habit or because food is within easy reach. Another great way to shift your focus away from cravings is through journaling. This may sound simple, but it can be incredibly effective. Writing down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences allows you to process emotions and work through stress in a productive way. When you sit down to journal at night, it gives you an outlet to release any pent-up emotions that may be driving your cravings. It can also serve as a way to reflect on your day, identifying patterns or triggers that led to the urge. Over time, journaling helps you become more self-aware and gives you a clearer understanding of the emotional or psychological factors that contribute to your nighttime cravings. Engaging in social activities can also provide a powerful distraction. While it might not always be possible to meet up with friends or family in person, you can still engage with others through phone calls, video chats, or online communities. Connecting with others not only distracts you from food, but also provides emotional support and strengthens your relationships. Sometimes we crave food at night simply because we feel lonely or disconnected. By making an effort to stay socially connected, even virtually, you replace that emotional gap with meaningful interactions that don't involve food. Lastly, consider creating a set of positive, reinforcing rituals that don't involve food. For example, you could set aside time each evening for a soothing cup of herbal tea or a relaxing bath. These rituals help create a sense of calm and relaxation that isn't tied to eating. The key here is to create associations between relaxation and activities that don't involve food, which can help rewire your brain to seek comfort in healthier ways. The power of a new focus lies in your ability to shift from mindless habits to intentional activities that nurture your mind, body, and emotions. When cravings strike, remember that they don't have to control you. By engaging in hobbies, creative pursuits, physical activity, mindfulness, journaling, and social connections, you can redirect your attention away from food and towards something more fulfilling. The more you practice these distractions, the easier it becomes to stay in control. Over time, you'll begin to notice that your cravings for food diminish, and your ability to manage them grows stronger. Reframing your focus not only helps you conquer those nighttime urges, it helps you build a more balanced, fulfilling lifestyle. So the next time you feel the urge to snack, take a moment to check in with yourself. Find something meaningful to do, and watch how your cravings naturally fade into the background. As we've explored throughout this video, controlling nighttime urges isn't about relying on willpower alone. It's about understanding the underlying factors that drive those cravings and taking proactive steps to manage them. Whether it's your body's natural rhythms, the environment around you, your mindset, or your physical activity levels, each of these plays a crucial role in how you handle those late-night temptations. The key is to make intentional choices that set you up for success, rather than relying on sheer determination when your willpower is at its lowest. From planning your meals earlier in the day, to creating a calm and supportive environment, to engaging your mind and body in healthier, fulfilling activities, You have the power to reduce the pull of nighttime cravings. By embracing these strategies, you not only make it easier to resist unhealthy urges, but you also build long-term habits that align with your goals for better health, well-being, and control. Remember, progress doesn't happen overnight, and it's okay to have moments where you slip up. What matters is that you keep going, stay mindful of your choices, and treat yourself with compassion. The journey to controlling your nighttime urges is a continuous process, and with the right tools and mindset, you'll be equipped to navigate it with confidence. So the next time you feel that familiar urge creeping up, you'll know exactly what to do and how to take control without relying on willpower alone. Keep moving forward, and remember, you've got this.